What's poppin', y'all? I don't know how I feel about that. What's good, y'all? So look, um, this video is not necessarily a note to self, but it's a self reminder, right? Um, I feel like it's so important to learn how to be vulnerable, right? And I feel like it's even more important to find the peace within being vulnerable. As hard as it is, as painful as it can be, because there's always the risk of, when you're being vulnerable, of getting hurt. And I know that all too much. But what I also know is it hurts a lot more to find someone who is trying to create a space for you to be vulnerable, and for you to continue to keep yourself closed off and keep everything bottled in. I know over time, at first it seems like a fix, but over time it destroys you from the inside out. So I want to talk about finding that calmness within being vulnerable. You feel me? Or at least within that vulnerability. So first things first, let's break this down, right? I know this video gonna be a little bit like more serious. Most of my videos are, if not all my videos are serious, but this tone is I just smacked my mic, my fault, y'all. But my tone is gonna be a little bit more serious, mainly because this is something that I plan on watching back, you know, a few times over the course of me making these videos, and just over my future. Right, this is a video I really want to be able to look back on. Being vulnerable is not about giving people an easy target to take advantage of. And that's what a lot of people view it as. When I bring up being vulnerable to other people, a lot of them see it like, why would I be vulnerable so people can hurt me? Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be treated like no bitch or none of that. And I can respect that, honestly. Because don't nobody want to feel like they some punk. Don't nobody want to feel like anyone can take advantage of them. Because not only does it hurt our pride and our ego, but it hurts our self-esteem. It hurts our confidence. It hurts our soul even, right? If y'all hear my chair squeaking, pretend like you don't. But it hurts. It hurts to be taken advantage of, especially by those that we cherish, that we care about. But that's not necessarily what vulnerability is, right? What I view what I view being vulnerable as is being able to express yourself. Being able to openly express the things that you once kept hidden, the things that you were once ashamed of, the things that you may be insecure about. To be vulnerable is to be the fullest version of yourself. There's things that in my life I've done that I've been very ashamed of, especially in my past, but even now, right? There's things that, because I'm not perfect, there's things that I do that I don't beat myself up for nothing I do. I don't feel like that's a healthy thing to do, but I definitely correct myself. You feel me? Because I am a work in progress, even still after all these years. But I've learned to find out that that's still a part of me. What I deem are my flaws, or the things that I need to work on, as much as I do want to fix them, until I do so, those things are a part of who I am. And I've realized that secrets are really pointless. To keep things hidden, to keep people like in the dark about who I am. Because that's, like I just said, it's who I am. It's a part of me. And we all have things that we have struggled with, things that we have done. As the saying goes, every good person has a bad history or a bad past. It goes something like that. So why would I sit here and try to keep it hidden? Why would I shame myself just because I feel like others would shame me? But instead I can embrace myself and give myself that loving background, that loving support and care for myself. Because I'd rather be able to change myself out of love than change myself out of shame. But that's a topic for another time, right? To get back to being vulnerable, I feel like being vulnerable, another way to describe it is just being more genuine. You're not pretending to be something that you're not in order to protect yourself no more. But instead you're being the truest version of yourself. You're being you. And I feel like that's the ticket into self-confidence, self-love. I feel like that's like the mastery of everything involving oneself. Because look at it like this, right? Imagine all of those insecurities you have, you no longer felt insecure about. You no longer downplayed yourself about having bad teeth, about having crusty lips or eye boogers, or your skin breaking out, or you think you got a big nose, or you think you got big feet, right? Whatever your insecurity is, people got all types of insecurities, right? But imagine you no longer felt negative about yourself. Imagine you loved your voice instead of hating the way it sounds, instead of cringing. You know when like you take a video and like you talking or like a voice message, it's like torture to listen to it back. I know we've all been there. At least most of us have. Imagine if you could sit there and it was bearable to you. Maybe not entirely enjoyable, but it was bearable. Right? Imagine that anger within yourself, that guilt, that confusion, that anguish. I think that's the right word. Imagine if all of those emotions within you, instead of being pushed away or being embodied, they were being comforted by love, by kindness, by patience. I feel like that's the true skill and art of being vulnerable. Is when you learn to be when you learn to be vulnerable with yourself, it's like learning how to love yourself even deeply. Because not only are you learning how to be more genuine to others, but you're even learning even more about yourself, and you're learning how to be able to love yourself on an even deeper level. And that's something that I've been learning on my journey of, you know, loving myself, finding my own happiness and my own peace of mind. And I've reached a point where I want to be able to go deeper. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, I am so grateful to have the peace of mind that I have now, to be able to deal with the things that I can now, to have been able to conquer overthinking and, you know, my mind racing and always assuming the worst and trust issues. I thank God that He has allowed me to overcome those things. but that doesn't mean the work is done. It can be for some people. For some people, where I'm at right now is their dream goal. And I want to encourage you that it's possible, that you can do it. You can have peace of mind. You can stop overthinking. You can overcome those thoughts and those fears. You can give yourself the reassurance that you're yearning for. You can give yourself the love that you are looking for. You can give yourself the love that you are looking for. And you can give yourself the respect that you deserve. But the thing about all of those things is it starts with you. And how can you get to know yourself if you never allow yourself to be vulnerable, to express how you truly feel, how you truly are? If we don't treat ourselves and our minds with love, with care, with compassion, with patience, if we don't stop being so judgmental on ourselves, and we allow ourselves to breathe, to sit there and breathe, and understand that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes. Because that is what we need to grow. It's okay if we've done wrong in our past. Because our past does not define our future. It is our present that does. So as long as we keep striving to be better, as long as we keep striving to become more emotionally mature and intelligent, to practice our self-control and our discipline, as long as we keep doing that, it doesn't matter what we've done in our past. It doesn't matter what mistakes we've made or that we will make. Because we gonna always stick to it and keep going. And even if we get off track sometimes, that's okay. Because everything gonna happen for a reason. Everything. And sometimes that's what some of us need. I know that's something that I needed. I had to get let off track a little bit. Because it made me realize how much I really wanted to never get let off track again. How much I really wanted to better myself. It gave me that hunger for it. You feel me? So please, please, if you're gonna take anything from this video, I know it's kind of long, allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be safe. Allow yourself to be able to express itself freely. Don't downplay how you feel just because other people do. Don't pretend like it's okay. You know it still hurts. Sometimes to get over something sad, you need to cry. Sometimes to get over something you're mad about, you need to feel angry. Because it's what's within those emotions that we feel that will then give us the strength to overcome whatever obstacle that is causing them. But, alright y'all, that's it for this one. I know it's a little bit long, but if you made it to this end, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me some of your time. May God bless you, and may you have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe, bro.